YouTube? I'm back here today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm actually pretty excited to check out this game because I dig the theme and I dig the mechanisms of it. I do think the main image is definitely a little bit lacking here. That is Firefighters on Duty, the board game. Then I see Firefighters, and then I see Firefighters, and I see Firefighters a third time, and a fourth time, a thrilling real-time cooperative board game where teamwork sparks victory. And then I see a thrilling real-time cooperative game where teamwork sparks victory. I'm glad you at least felt the need to take the word board game out of the description, but once again, this is a cluttered, jumbled mess up here. They tried to focus on too many things, and as a result, I don't feel like they focused on hardly anything at all. And I think it just comes across as just not good. Like, you got the countries down here, cool, you're shipping to them. Yeah, I would assume you ship to them. Is it special? Is it really that special? You know, you got your game, your name, your company down here. I guess that's good, but once again, it's covered mostly by projects we love, and it's already right there. We have the box here, which is okay. And then we got components over here, but we can't really see the components. I'm pretty sure those are miniature plastic fire chucks, and I know these are screen-printed meeples because I actually clicked on it to make the video thumbnail and saw that it was. But this far zoomed out, this just looks like a whole bunch of colors, and it looks bad. I feel like this main image just looks bad. Like, I do love the fact they're spotlighting the 72-hour early bird mini expansion, but even that, it's so small. Be aware of what most people are going to see of your Kickstarter image, which is this. You know, because as soon as I get here, yeah, I'll see this for like a second, and then I start the video most of the time. And now, look at that. This looks really nice. Yeah, I would just completely nix the box. I don't need to see your dang stupid box. I've seen plenty of stupid boxes. But this looks cool. I'm digging the artwork here. I'm digging the components. I'm digging this unique dice thing here. My personal play area, which once again just kind of blurs into the background the way they have it. But, as always though, when I go in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
This is Central Command. We have a 1070 report coming from Antipia Games. All teams, prepare for immediate response. Make sure the fire engines are loaded. Check
nice custom wooden pieces.
We need to be fully prepared as we head out. Units, this is not a drill. Start rolling your action dice now. We've got limited round time. Maximize your efforts. Dispatching engines 305 and 206. Proceed to the corner of Real-Time Avenue and Cooperative Street. Immediate assistance required. Over. Firefighter teams, deploy now. We need full gear and equipment on the ground. Rescue operations first.
Okay, I want to try and get in the people who made this video's head. Why is there such a long pause here? Just out of curiosity.
Fighter teams.
Fire's gone. It's 38 seconds.
Deploy now. We need full gear and equipment on the ground.
I don't know, it just felt like 3 seconds is nothing there. And I know it's like, yeah, 3 seconds. What do you complain about that? It's only 1:44. I'm just saying. It just seemed odd. I'm not, neither here nor there. It just seemed like it was an odd way to use 3 seconds.
Rescue operations for civilians are now in effect. Search and assist.
What was that? It looked kind of blurry and weird. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's not good 3D rendering. We don't typically see bad 3D rendering, but that's pretty glaring. I know it when I see it. Like, what the hell is this? What the hell is that? Ha. Finally getting a chance to catch one of your videos. Hey, Chris, Pandemic, the firefighter version. I love Pandemic, but this feels totally different. This is like a real time. I think that's supposed to be the main thing here. Oh, it's a wooden screen-printed meeple. It just looked like a giant blur. And then what's this thing? Can we figure it out? Let's see if we can figure it out.
Rescue operations for civilians.
Looks like it's a garbage bag, maybe? Is it a garbage bag with tape on it? I don't even know. Howdy, Huckleberry. What is it?
Now in effect. Search and
I still don't know what it is. It's, yeah, it's a thing. Clearly, firefighter thing.
Search and assist. Every single life counts.
Lewis Black of board games. I will take that compliment all day. I love me some Lewis Black.
Teams, focus on debris removal. We have injured people trapped. Careful extraction.
Oh, it's debris. Now I see. It's debris. Okay.
Action is key. Report your status regularly. Communication is key. Over. Is key.
Okay. Yeah, like little things like that, it really is noticeable, and it makes me appreciate some of the videos that I see, because it's not easy. It's not easy to make a video out of 3D renderings, you know? And they really are showcasing just how it is very difficult.
Over. Let's move, let's move!
I didn't know that was bad CGI. I thought it was a spoiler hider. No, I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, it's so weird and blurry, and I hate to use it, but amateurish.
All units.
That being said, I don't mind the video. It's just I don't think I can remember another video with 3D rendered components that looked like this. And I've done now, and I was just looking at it a couple days ago, 820 Kickstarter critiques. I have deeply analyzed many other videos, many of which use this 3D rendering where they don't have any components and they just do it. And this is the worst one I've seen in some spots. I don't think it's a terrible video, but it's just very glaring to me.
Respond to distress calls, but stay alert. We do not know what hazards we may encounter. The crisis has been successfully averted. It's outstanding work. Central Command out.
Whoa, that looks cool. That's cooler than just about everything I've seen here. That looks awesome. What is this? Is this a scenario? Oh, so there should be different scenarios. Exciting.
All units, this is Central Command. We are receiving reports of another situation developing.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Response is required. Back our Kickstarter campaign today and take part in a game.
That was a nice last way to end that.
Like no other.
It's so bad it's kind of charming. I feel like that was still a solid video. Like, I want to play it. That being said, I don't think it was great. It was more just like, it was so odd to me. I have never seen another video with 3D renderings where they didn't fix that stuff before they launched. Especially for a company like Artipia, who has, once again, 20 games created. They've done a lot. Artipia is a board game developer published in Athens, Greece. In its 12-year life, Artipia Games has published several popular titles such as Drumroll, Amongst the Stars, Briefcase, Archon Glory, Shadows Over the Empire. We did stuff. Artipia Games is also the design for Dice City. Ooh, I love Dice City. All right, let's check it out. What are the things they did? Karis, The Pursuit of Happiness, Rush MD, The Pursuit of Happiness, A Fair, A Robbery, and a Promo Pack, A Thief's Fortune. What the hell? Okay. Let's see how many of these are not out. That's what we're checking for here. Firefighter on Duty Kickstarter campaign is live fulfillment. We hope you're well. This is a short update for those of you who have received your copies below. Please check the status for the fulfillment hubs around the world. Received my copy yesterday. Have to agree the quality is very good, especially the graphics on the cards is superb. The play area is surprisingly big. Cool. So people got their stuff. Excellent. The most recent projects. I wonder why that's not working. This is on there. 3D printed player boards and Spiel fulfillment update. And this is from April. So yeah, this is out. People got their stuff. Looks good. I never see the big box expansion. Was it shipped? It's almost July. Do you have an update on U.S. shipping? I'm anxious to get the game. Thanks. Anybody in Australia receive theirs? So, piss poor customer service here. Like, you literally... Oh, come on. Not at all? Nothing? One time. One response. 2. Okay. 3. Good. At least there's 3. That's still not great. There's just a whole bunch of people who are like, hey, where's my game? Where's the game? What's the game? Let's go check out the comments. I think that's going to tell me a lot more than this. Quick reference. What's the deck? I don't have it. Okay, so people have gotten their stuff. Got it. Cool. And Rush MD, never heard of this one, but I imagine it's going to be out. Series is live. Rush MD upgrade components available now for the cool. So we're going to go with the, can you do it? Yes. I don't feel that bad about it. Cool. So do I want it? Yeah. I think it's going to be heavily hinging on the price, though, honestly. Trying to pay for art in order to launch a Kickstarter so you can pay for art is such an unfortunate problem for creators trying to break into the industry. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. It seriously is. I mean, as someone who works on the other side, you know, as a board game manufacturer now, and hearing some of these costs that people have to pay for, like, some of these services, it's like, oh my gosh. It's really hard to launch a Kickstarter game without thousands of dollars now. Well, let me rephrase that. It's really easy to, but at the same time, if you want to have the maximum amount of success, it's really hard not to. So 72-hour early bird freebie tow truck expansion. That's hot. 1 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes, ages 14 plus. I wish that was on the marquee. I mean, I don't particularly like the fact that it's capped at 4 players. I think that's a little bit restricting. I think anytime you're anything to 4 players, you're just going to have a whole lot harder of a sell. But the bottom line is, mentioning that it's a solo game, I think is huge for a lot of people, especially with this style game, because real-time games can be very hit or miss with people. So knowing that it's a solo real-time game means that, yeah, heck, I know my game doesn't like it. I can still play it by myself. Personally, I've never seen a promotional video that made me want a game or swung me towards backing when undecided. Wow. I got to show you some better videos. Either that or you are just very hard to please. Designed by Konstantinopoulos Kakanos and Satirius Tissantilazis, the designer duo behind Project Elite, New Dawn, and A Thief's Fortune. Let's see how highly those rated on Board Game Geek. 675. Dang! 37.95. Less dang. 48.58. Less dang, but still very solid. Those are very respectable. Especially the first one. Choose a scenario or even design your own. Load your fire engine. I'm guessing that's asymmetric custom. Like you'll be like, oh, I got this and this time. I am super excited for what the future holds. It's no surprise. Everything here is so thematic. Project Elite is fantastic, and Firefighters on Duty is definitely following in its footsteps. So, okay. We need to have a come to Jesus talk, Artipia. First and foremost, I get the impression, you didn't put a name on this quote. You just put the YouTube channel, which, the fact that you didn't put Richard on there makes me believe that it's someone aside from Richard who gave you this quote, which isn't the end of the world. But at the end of the day, if you're going to quote somebody, at least put who it was. Unless this was Richard, in which case, I'm going to shut up. But I doubt it was. I'm just going to speculate that when we get to that Rondo's run-through video down below, it's going to be someone else aside from Richard. Once again, not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying, quote people. If you're going to quote people, at least put their names. The scenario booklet does. It definitely looks hot. I agree with Kevin. What makes Firefighters on Duty unique? One of Artipia's pillars for the creation of new board games has always been the balanced combination between game innovation and rich theme. A highly thematic real-time cooperative game experience that simulates the tension. I love real-time. Modular boards, so our experience after... Yeah, we got it. Oh, they did Project Elite. That's right. That one's very highly rated. Great looking components here. Cool. What's the price? Just hit me with the price already. Why are we beating around the bush? I imagine it's going to be reasonable. $65. Okay, $5 over MSRP. I don't have an issue with that. It's got plastic. It's got lots of chunks of wood. It's going to be a pretty heavy game. Lots of tokens. Probably hit some stretch goals, hopefully. And add-ons. Ew. Okay. So there's not like a big pledge level that has all the add-ons in it. You just have to add them all a la carte. Not a fan of that, typically. Period. An additional set of 8 city tiles plus 3 new scenario booklets. With this additional set, you can use both sides. Yeah, that's... So yeah, this definitely feels like... It doesn't feel like an add-on. It feels like the deluxe version of the game. Okay. And a pack of sleeves. So project funded, 20K. We get a new city tile, double-sided. Cool. That's a huge jump. Man, you need $15,000 to put one more tile in there? Like, huh? Like, how big are these tiles? Not a great... Yeah, so the stretch goal area is pretty much dead. Let's just call it what it is. This is not an exciting stretch goal area in any way, shape, or form. And it honestly, it doesn't feel like they put much effort into it. These feel like things that they might have just had laying around. What do I mean by that? I mean by that, if you, say, make yourself a 122 card game. Let's say you reach out to me at Hero Time and say, I want a 122 card game. I got this game idea. The way we cut sheets, we do 65 cards per sheet, which means in actuality, you have 130 cards that you could potentially utilize. 8 extra cards that you could throw in your game at no additional cost, except for shipping, that sort of thing. That's what this feels like. It feels like the person they reach out to is like, yeah, you got 3 extra cards to use too. They're like, I know. We'll make that a $7,000 stretch goal. Yeesh. Loyalty reward. All backers who have also backed any of our last 3 campaigns will be receiving a $5 coupon that can be redeemed within the Pledge Manager after the campaign ends and % on purchasing add-ons. Ah. Maybe that's why they did it the way they did it. Why back Firefighters on Duty? Dual-layered vehicle board. So the retail edition is going to suck. Got it. but it's still going to have the intense and fun gameplay. I'm glad you mentioned that. The Kickstarter edition will be available to backers who have selected the Kickstarter edition pledge level. Is there more than one pledge level? Yeah, there's only... What else might I back? So if you back the Kickstarter, pretty much. Except for the $1 version level, which you didn't give us. Firefighters on Duty rule booklet. Cool. Fighters on Duty scenario booklet. Sample video previews. Oh, no, it is Richard.
Hey, everybody.
Well, either way, put his name on there. Oh, I'm so jealous of Richard traveling the country in an RV. It's going to be me and my wife one day, hopefully doing YouTube stuff. Yeah, I just, if you're going to quote somebody, put their name. Like, if this were a paper and you put a quote and you didn't have a name, unless there's a scenario generator, they should put the scenario maps into a binder, saves money, and makes setup breakdown easy. Put the scenario maps into a binder. Oh, wow. Those okay. Those look cool. All right. It looks fun. Does it have, like, the difficulty or anything? So this is 3 players, 1 to 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, 3 players. Okay. Like, I definitely think that's going to give it legs. Timeline, Kickstarter campaign. You don't see too many binders in games. That would be interesting. Spiel 24 pickup. Excellent shipping and fulfillment. $21. God. Oh, that does not seem good. So this is an $86 game. I really think you should have went the deluxeified route and, like, maybe spotlighted a little bit more that this is a deluxeified game. And that there's going to, in fact, be a retail version that sucks that you don't want to miss out on, and maybe even offer that. But, $86 does not seem like the play. The video made me scared this was going to feel like Paw Patrol, the board game. Yeah, I don't know what it was about the video, and I'm not talking about, like, the 3D rendering or anything. Like, it just, as someone who's a huge fan of this theme, real-time, firefighting. There was one from Tasty Minstrel Games that was a real-time one that I absolutely adored way back in the day. Bomb Squad, I think it was. I love real-time games. I'm the target market for this. And I just don't feel... I feel like just wait for the retail, honestly. Especially at $86. Dang. Yeah, I would have spotlighted the deluxeification. I knew it. I should have known it. They're trying to hide it. You're trying to hide the jalop from me. But the jalop comes through. The jalop comes through, I swear. Yeah, I could put my thumb on it. Okay. So, at the beginning I said, do I want it? Yeah, I kind of do. But I think it's going to be very heavily hinged on how much is it. And I don't feel like the how much is it is good at all. I feel like it feels like a bad price. Maybe that's... And maybe if they just put deluxe right here, as stupid as it sounds, it would feel better. But it doesn't. Maybe that's because there's only one little graph where they spotlight what the difference between the deluxe and the base version is. And that also gets me wondering, what's the base version? Why don't they even have that listed? That's pretty industry standard. Now, it's not every single time, but most of the time they'll list that the base version and then the deluxe version. And most people will choose the deluxe version because that's just how people shop on Kickstarter. But honestly, if you had a base version down there, it was $45, I'd be like, I'm kind of more about this. About the version of the game. So it's weird. They did the FAQs, but they have numerous questions in each FAQ. I don't think I like that. I'm curious what other people think about that. Because then if my question's in here, I don't even know. Yeah, that's interesting. Then updates, nothing. It just launched today. So it's funded. Awesome. So from what I understand, every action phase lasts 2 minutes. In that case, you have to start a timer. Here's what I did for stretch goal. Mini hourglass, which you can use during the action phase. Yeah, we'll hit it at $80,000. Will the stretch goal city tile be included in the add-on tile set? This is an all-new city tile and is not a part... Okay, cool. You know what? You should really emphasize that. Because once again, you're up against the gun of not having a good price. It does not feel like a good price, and it feels like you're up against the gun of going to retail. Because you've already said, yeah, there's going to be a retail version of this. Yeah, it's going to suck compared to this one. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but this price sucks. What are your feelings on Jalop? Oh, terrible. If you're planning on launching a board game with Jalop, let me rephrase this. This is specifically talking about tabletop games. Not about tech, not about the other stuff, none of that. I would Well, honestly, I'd just go with somebody else. I would go with somebody else every day of the week. Jalop has some anti-consumer stuff that I've heard about from other people. Like, you can't use them and other people at the same time, which two separate people have told me about, and both of them speculated, yeah, they thought it was because Jalop doesn't want you to see their results right next to another company's results right next to each other. I would never recommend Jalop to anybody. And if you do go with Jalop, I would never, ever, ever take any of their opinion or input on how you should structure your campaign page. Tell them to shut their mouth and do strictly what they're getting paid to do, which is advertise to their huge mailing list of people that like board games, okay, or the Facebook ads or whatever the hell. But I have nothing good to say about Jalop. I'll put it like that. He has fire and flamed them with a flamethrower. Yes, there is not a single person in the universe that dislikes Jalop more than I do, who hasn't actually used the service. I would be willing to wager that. Saw the game being played yesterday on YouTube. Love it. Wow, fun in an hour. Congrats. Happy to the scoreboard. Okay, cool. So, final grade for this one. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. I do. I love real time. I love the theme. I like the components. It looks cool. This looks neat. I'd love to know more about the different asymmetric aspects of the game. Or is it just fire hoses? Is it just fire axes and the wooden fire hoses? Yeah. Do I want it? Yes, I do. Can you do it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not like worried about the game not coming out. And like they have very solid games like 240, 675, 812. Wow, that's 845, 939. So this is a really solid track record right here. That track record, honestly, alone makes me feel better. But then again, are they a publisher? Do they just put stuff out in other countries? Or how does this work? I don't know. Can you do it? Yeah, I'll give it the nod. And then how much is it? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a good price. It just doesn't. And then when you factor in the shipping, it feels even worse. And it's like, why don't I just wait for retail? And I think part of the reason why is that there's no second pledge level. It's just, here's the $65 one. Because typically in that second one, it's like a natural stepping stone. Like, oh, so here's the first price. In theory, I should be wowed by the first price, or at least think it's decent. And then I'll naturally just move on to the next one, which is going to unlock 3 new scenarios and do all sorts of stuff. Like, this is an expansion. Like, let's not put it in anything else. It adds 3 new scenarios to the base game and new tiles. This is an expansion. So the fact that it's just like an add-on on the side, it's just weird. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, final grade on this one. And as always, I have to disassociate the game from the Kickstarter page. Because I get a lot of people commenting on this. This is not me in any way, shape, or form reviewing the game. I've never played the game. I'm reviewing the Kickstarter page that's presenting the game. And I don't feel like this one's particularly great. And I feel like I can say that with a lot of confidence because I'm the target market for this game. I love the stress of real-time games. Like, period. They're some of my favorite style games that I think is underutilized. Being a solo game, also spotlighted, great screen-printed meeples, a cool-looking board, a fun theme that's easy to wrap your brain around what you're doing, and it's probably going to be relatively easy to learn and teach, I would imagine. Let's check out this rule booklet here. They use Can we do something on the back aside from a fire hydrant? I know it's a work in progress, but come on. Some useful information, especially in a real-time game. I don't give a damn about your designers, your art workers, your graphic designer. On the back page. Let me rephrase that. On the back page, they don't belong there. Useful, crucial information that is going to make your game run smoother goes back there. Yeah, final grade on this one is not great. I suffer too much AP. Yeah, that's the thing. This is definitely a hit or miss game, which is even more disappointing that I'm not just like kissing all over this game. So final grade for this one, I think is C-. I don't think it's particularly great, and I'm the target market. The price, like the game, like I want the game. It looks fun, but it's just I'm not convinced to pay $86 for it. Especially considering, you know, what's the retail gonna cost? Yeah. Bummer. Yeah, I'm going to go with a C- on this one. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade, though, for Firefighters on Duty, the board game. Not the deluxeified version, even though this is the deluxeified version. But let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers in 2023 to make my biggest year ever. Bye-bye.